Yo, this is Jay Samra coming from the great state of New York, and it's here! We finally got some gameplay of HXH Nen Impact brought to you by Aiding, and... Okay, so, first impressions. There were rumors prior to the gameplay reveal that this would be a lower budget game, and from what we see, and from what you might see in the video, it definitely looks that way. Now, a lower budget doesn't necessarily mean it could be a bad game. You know, gameplay-wise, it's made by Aiding, so there's a chance of it still being really good. And there have been other really good lower budget games, like the Power Rangers game, for example, Battle for the Grid. While it does look janky at times, gameplay-wise, it's still a really fun game to play. So, I think that's something to take into note. But at the same time, if you want to watch the game, if you're not playing it yourself, watching it on, I don't know, EVO or just some regular tournament, the game may not look as appealing due to its lower budget. It may not look as good looking as, you know, a Marvel 3 or a DNF Duel, and it may turn some people off from wanting to watch more games of it. Another side thing I want to point out, not about a Marvel 3, it's a small thing, some people even comment to it as well. When the match starts, the Aiding, who also created Marvel 3, there's a little pan where it starts from player 1's team, and then it pans on over to player 2's team before it cuts to the 3v3 match. Almost similar to how a Marvel 3 match will start, same camera movement and everything. I find that really interesting. And then there's the gameplay. Now, when you look at the select screen, you notice at one point they actually show you the control layout for what the game will be like. So it seems to be very similar to Marvel 3, again, developed by the same company, Aiding. You got your light, medium, and heavy, as well as what in Marvel 3 was a launcher button, or special, as they say in the game. This, it's instead N, so I would assume it's like a Nen button or something, considering that is the most, like, popular thing in HXH that starts with N, unless it's like neutral. I have no idea what N could mean otherwise. And then there's like another button for assists and the other assists. So again, it seems to be control-wise very similar to Marvel 3. And looking at the game, seeing what some of the characters do, you can notice that they pulled some moments directly from the manga and anime. For instance, when Leorio does his level 3, it's literally the moment from the manga where he meets Jin for the first time, and he confronts him about being such a shitty father that he won't even visit Gong when he's in a hospital, and so he just punches the daylight out of Jin, which is very deserved, honestly speaking. And I don't want to have to keep going back to Marvel 3 with some little instances here, but there's a moment where before he punches, you can see him slap the desk, very similar to Phoenix Wright, which, again, they're both dudes in blue suits with spiky black hair. I'm just saying, that's quite a bit of a similarity. I'm also really looking forward to playing some of these characters, mainly characters like Killua, where you can actually see him use the Rhythm Echo as, like, I guess maybe it's a special move. I don't know what the purpose of the Rhythm Echo would be in this instance, because you can very clearly tell it's just who Killua is. Maybe it's invincible, maybe some form of dash, I don't know. And Kurapika also seems like he would be pretty fun, considering that, like, Aiding is used to having done characters that primarily use chains as a move, because they've done Ghost Rider in Marvel 3, so I can only assume Kurapika will be just as fun as him. So, yeah, that seems pretty cool. And the final thing I wanted to touch on, apart from the gameplay and the graphics of the game, is the roster. We gotta look at the select screen, as I mentioned before, and it seems to be a very small roster. Again, it's a very small budget game, so I don't mind it. Personally, this is a bit of a hot take. I kinda like small rosters, but for a 3v3 game, I don't know, there's something that just seems a bit off about having to only use 16 characters in a 3v3 fighter. There will definitely be DLC characters down the line. You know, I would love to see maybe Yu Yu Hakusho characters show up. You know, maybe get Yusuke, maybe get Toguro, Sensui, Hiei, Kurama. Definitely not Kuwabara though, but, you know, that would be nice. And at the moment, we only have like 8 characters. The first 6 were Kurapika, Killua, Gon, Leorio, Isaac Nitero, and Hisoka. And recently we got unveiled Yuvogin and Matcha from the Phantom Troop. I think we'll definitely see Crollo Lucifer. That'll be confirmed. I think we'll also definitely see some of the Zoldycks, you know, Zeno, Silva, Illumi even. That would be cool. definite confirmed would have to be like Marilyn. You know, he'll definitely have to make it, and Biscuit as well. She was in Jump Force, so there's a high chance that she might be in the roster as well. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Overall, the game definitely needs some time in order to develop. At the moment, it looks a bit rough, but it's definitely... I'm definitely more positive about this game now than I was before. You know, I'm much more looking forward to trying this game out when it comes out. If there is even a beta as well, I'll try that shit out, yeah, definitely, because I am a big fan of Hunter x Hunter and just Japanese anime in general. So, yeah, until then, I can't wait to get more news and play the beta, and, yeah, goodbye, sayonara, alvida, peace!